So recently for me, talking about these celebrities has become quite a bore, but these two stories were way too hard to ignore. Let's discuss. What's up, y'all? It's your boy Beasley here. I hope you all are staying cool, calm, and collected out there. So I want to thank you guys for being patient with me. This past week I've been booked, busy, and had a lot of anxiety. But I'm back and I'm trying my best to get in the swing of things. And I'm not going to bombard you guys with excuses, but just thank you for being patient with me. But y'all, I didn't want to really come back to you guys with something this negative and dark, but these two stories were just so way out of left field and weird. Like, I just had to go ahead and cover them. I want to talk about Doja Cat and the now infamous Ricky Martin. So let's get into it, shall we? So starting off with Doja Cat. Doja Cat, as you guys know, she is probably one of the most famous women in the world right now, one of the biggest musicians in the world right now. She is that girl in entertainment, music, you name it. But I will say, Doja Cat, the problem with her is, you know, she has a nice little quirky personality, but that quirky personality also equates to her being a little bit weird. Now, if you know me, I do tend to run on a little bit of a tangent, but before I get way too far ahead, I want to address the situation at hand. So, Doja Cat had her eyes on this actor by the name of Joseph Quinn for quite some time. You know, despite her having a whole entire boyfriend, she wanted to, she really made it known that she wanted to be with him, basically tweeting out how fine he is, like lusting after him on social media. And if you guys don't know who Joseph Quinn is a star originally from the Game of Thrones, but he's now on Stranger Things on Netflix. Now, Stranger Things, I watched the first season years ago, absolutely loved it. I thought the show was phenomenal. But for some reason, like, I just couldn't bring myself to watch season 2. Like, I watched probably like 5 minutes of season 2, and I just didn't continue to watch it for some reason. But from what I hear, the show was good. And with Stranger Things having like a huge fan base, that has elevated Joseph Quinn's profile, and also his younger co-star by the name of Noah Schnapp, who's actually like a main star of the show. If you guys don't know, Noah Schnapp is 17 years old, and in order for Doja Cat to get at Joseph Quinn, she went ahead and hopped in the DMs, but not Joseph Quinn's DMs, Noah Schnapp's DMs, a 17-year-old's DMs. I would insert the pictures, but this is going to be a lazy edit. She basically was trying to have Noah Schnapp play the middleman, having a 17-year-old play the middleman between two 29-year-olds. Make it make sense. But she DM'd him asking him questions about Joseph Quinn's character on the show, and basically trying to get Joseph Quinn's number when you're Doja Cat. You're Doja Cat. And the fact that she's Doja Cat, why would you have to have a middleman to slide into somebody else, let alone a grown man's DMs? Like, I'm just like, why are you talking to this 17-year-old to get at this 29-year-old? Like, it's just weird. And if you really want to take it far, I think that she low-key, to me, it felt like she was low-key trying to come for the 17-year-old, but kind of disguise it, that she was going to go after somebody that was in his close proximity that was actually her age, if that makes sense. Like, she was using Joseph Quinn as a decoy to get at this young 17-year-old, and I'm just like, ooh, Doja girl, this was not a good look. The main reason why we, the public, know about this is because Noah Schnapp put the DMs on blast. Basically, like, he knows, like, why is this grown-ass lady talking to my ass? Like, it's not making any sense. He put her on blast, and she was all in her feelings. She went on live, and she addressed it, but with Doja Cat in the past, the way she addresses stuff, like, the answers that she gives are just not good enough for me. Like, she didn't really do a good job explaining away why she was in this young man, the 17-year-old man's DM. Now, y'all, it's far-fetched, but in the game of Hollywood, nothing surprises me. Like, I don't put anything past anybody. You could be the most high-standing celebrity, you could look the most innocent in the public, but you could probably be doing a lot of BS behind the scenes and into a lot of BS behind the scenes. And the sad thing is, Doja Cat has a track record. You know, she was in those tiny chat DMs, those chat rooms with the incels and the racist Trump supporters of the world. saying the N-word to these white men in said chat rooms. She also came out with a song called Didn't Do Nothing, which those little tiny chat incels, that's like a saying that they made up to mock black people. And I think it mainly came around the time of like Sandra Bland. Like they were like mocking Sandra Bland. And if you know me, don't come for Sandra Bland, because that actually happened like out at Prairie View, the school that I went to. Like that whole entire Sandra Bland incident happened at Prairie View A&M University, literally down the street from it. Like we even named a whole entire street after Sandra Bland. Off topic, but not really off topic. Didn't do nothing. That was like, oh he didn't do nothing. That was a good boy. Like that's how they mock us. That's how they think black people talk. Doja Cat made a song about that, and when she was confronted about that again, she didn't really do a good job of explaining that away. Like the reason that Doja Cat has got away with a lot of her fuck shit is because, you know, she kind of like took a little step back after all that controversy that she faced for those tiny chat DMs and all that. She took a step back and she just focused on the music solely and put her personality second. So therefore we got blinded by the music the same way we got blinded by R. Kelly's music. Now, is Doja Cat on the same level of R. Kelly? Absolutely not, in my opinion. But I will say, like, it's just weird that she was in this minor's DMs. Like, girl, I don't know if Joseph Quinn doesn't have any social media, but like, was it really that difficult to get in touch with his team, with his agents or something? Like, I don't know, y'all. The whole situation was just absolutely weird. Boy, I tell you, I really hope that the cast of Stranger Things, you know, I think they're all kids still. Like, they're all like in their upper teens. I just really hope that their parents have like a good chokehold on them. Not chokehold, but I hope they have a good hold on these kids, because these people in Hollywood, it's like the rules that apply in normal life don't really apply to them. And we see like little peaks slip out of their fuck shit that they have going on behind the scenes. Like, for example, I'm a big fan of Drake, but Drake DM'd Millie Bobby Brown, who is an actress on Stranger Things as well. So, and this was back when she was probably like 15 years old. This was probably like 3 or 4 years ago. So I'm just like, I really truthfully hope that all these kids' parents really have like a good hold and a good eye on them. Moving on to a celebrity that may be on the level of R. Kelly, it goes by the name of Ricky Martin. If you guys don't know who Ricky Martin is, Ricky Martin was a huge Puerto Rican heartthrob in the late 90s. Like, when I tell you guys, before I came to the terms that I was gay, Ricky Martin was the first, like, man, well, him and Sammy. Ricky Martin and Sammy were the first two men that I looked at, and I was just like, interesting. Ricky Martin was my first crush in life, y'all. If some of you young whippersnappers don't know who he is, he sung the song Livin' La Vida Loca. And a fun fact about that song, if you guys don't know who Cisco is, Cisco came out with the Thong song back in the 90s or the early 2000s, whenever that came out. That was a big hit as well. But Cisco doesn't make any money off of that song because of Ricky Martin. Ricky Martin copyrighted the phrase Livin' La Vida Loca. I think he even makes money off of Coldplay's song Vida Loca, or whatever that song was named. But Ricky Martin has a cute coin and a chokehold on that phrase, Livin' La Vida Loca. Like, I tell you, Cisco has not made a dime from that song. All the royalties from the Thong song, which was a massive hit back in the day, probably a bigger hit than Livin' La Vida Loca. All that money goes right back to Ricky Martin. But anyways, y'all, as much as it troubles me to even report on this, Ricky Martin has allegedly been sleeping with his 21-year-old nephew. And I'm speechless. Now, y'all, these celebrities this past week, the world, everything has just been cutting the fuck up. Like, everything has just been weird. The energy's been weird, and things that are being unearthed and like rising to the surface are just downright cringy and just like mind-boggling. It's like, you mean to tell me that you were literally messing around with your sibling's child for 7 months? Because it's reported that they were together for about 7 months and their fling ended 2 months ago. This is your nephew. Of course, Ricky Martin came out and denied the claims. He denied the claims because it's a stand on his name, of course. And he said basically that his nephew has a lot of like mental issues, and this was just like the latest outburst. And he said this is just downright disgusting. But my thing is, Homeboy was able to get a restraining order against Ricky Martin. And from what I know, they don't just hand out restraining orders unless like there's some truth to the story. So, I mean, if you guys are a lawyer or know more about the legal system, let me know. Can you just get a restraining order on anybody, or do you have to have some type of tangible proof that they abused you? Please let me know. Y'all, this is just the very beginning of this story. It's very bizarre, very disgusting, but the sad thing is, stuff like this is not normal in the industry, in Hollywood. Like, there's this weird obsession with youth, and anything that is like youthful is seen as like a hot commodity to the people that are high standing in the industry. Because Ricky Martin, he's 50 years old and he's been in the game since the 90s, since he was probably like around his like late 20s, early 30s. Like, he has steadily kept his name out there and has been making like moves in the industry. And you mean to tell me that you're gonna risk it all for some nephew bus? Like, and I'm not even trying to make jokes, y'all. I'm just speaking my authentic thoughts, but I'm just like, what the fuck is going on? Like I said, this is not unheard of though, because we had people like Woody Allen who literally groomed his stepdaughter to become his wife. And then we also have Elon Musk's father who was messing around with his stepdaughter the whole time, probably changing this little girl's diapers, and now he's changing her panties. Like, I'm just like, where are we going in the world, y'all? Like, I just feel like things these days are just dark, they're just downtrodden, they're scary. Like, we are just trending down in society, and the disgusting shit is coming to the surface. But I think this is what needs to happen so that we can like purge this evil ass energy, y'all. I mean, y'all conjured up demon time in 2020, and look, here we are. We have people sleeping with their own nephew. But yeah, y'all, let me know what you guys think about this fuckery. Oh my god, I'm laughing to keep from crying, y'all. But let me know what you guys think about these stories. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'm gonna come at you guys with some more positive content.